I'm still fairly new to the old live streaming.
Are you gonna take me out, or
What's that?
are you gonna take me out, or are you just gonna?
Yeah, no, I'm going to take you out for a minute, all right? All right, everyone. This is a live AMA for the Pando project. I've got John Crispalla here. Going to bring him up in a second. If you haven't had a chance, go to Pando. Throw it up here. All the links are going to be in the description down below. So if you guys have any questions when you're watching the stream, everything is in the description, and you're going to see everything that John's going to talk about here about this. It's a pretty cool project. I mean, I have to admit, I've watched some AMAs on this before. So uh, let's bring John out and hear what he has to say about the Pando project. Hey, John.
Hey, Sean, how's it going?
I am good. How's it going out there in the world of Pando?
Wonderful. We're having a great time right now, and I'm very proud to be part of the project, honestly. And we've got a lot of great things to deliver. And yeah, I mean, we've been quietly working. We're one of those projects that we want to focus heavily on utility,
Right.
and we've got lots of it right now. And so yeah, the world's going to be in for a surprise once they start hearing more about us, especially here in the U.S. market, actually, because we haven't really done anything here yet. And
Yeah, I've noticed. Obviously, most of this is it in the Philippines
no, not
or
necessarily.
Malaysia?
Yeah, well, yeah, Philippines is part of it,
Right.
but mainly in the eastern side of the globe, and yeah, because that's, I mean, they're based out in Singapore.
Oh, right. Right.
Yeah, and I'm over here in Seattle, but I'm the my role here is I'm the director of business development for Philippines, and so my
Okay.
job there is to help develop and evolve the market, um, since it's the number one gaming capital of the world.
Yeah, I hear that.
So,
So,
but
do you want to take me through the basically when did this start and why? What was the catalyst that got this project moving?
so we launched in November last year, late last year, and believe it or not, we already have our blockchain, and we've been chipping away on that since 2018. And we all know that it's not easy creating a blockchain,
Right.
and so yeah, so we've launched that, and matter of fact, we're getting ready for mainnet 2.0, which would be by the end of this year. And we have a lot of utilities. We've got a lot of utilities now, but there's a lot more to come. Um, and so mainly what we are is we are a technology owned by the community. So it's a community owned project, but we're here to optimize the way streaming is being delivered, because the way it's being processed right now is through the traditional CDN servers, and that's where a lot of the issues come into play, especially if there's a high volume of traffic when it comes to, like transferring data from one point to another. um, you end up creating a bottleneck. And I can show you some visuals if if I can share my screen, actually.
Yeah.
Oops, where did you go?
Oh, where am I?
I disappeared too.
I see you on here.
Okay. Oh, it's asking me to. How many? I have too many screens over here. There you go. I see it. Perfect. When they ask you to share your screen, it's like I have 7 screens, so I was like, oh shoot, they all look the
Which one
same.
am I? Which one am
Which
I
one
sharing?
is it?
There you go.
Okay, so all right. Um,
How you doing, Chaka? Thanks for showing up. Appreciate it. Oh,
Shaka, what's up, buddy?
it's been a busy day for
Hey,
everybody.
man, I saw his review for um for MMAI. Oh my
Right.
goodness, that was he freaking killed it, man.
Yeah, he does
Kudos
a
to
good
you,
job.
bro.
He really does. He
Yeah,
puts out
yeah.
good. He puts out good content.
I mean, so do you, man. I'm a big fan of your work. You know, it's
I
I was
appreciate it.
I was
Some,
mentioning that the other day, and
yeah, you
yeah,
gave me a
I'm
great.
excited.
I appreciate it, and you gave me a great idea for my lives. I'm going to start doing a lot more lives. I just have to get more comfortable at it and get everything kind of put together. But the way I bring my information across sometimes it can be a little. I guess it's just very direct, right? And that's just the way I am. So and sometimes it rubs people the wrong way, but you came up with that.
I mean,
Just
yeah,
straight talk. That's
people appreciate that more. I appreciate that. I mean, people don't like fluff, and like cut through the BS and let's get straight to the point, and you
right,
know,
right.
give people the facts, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's what they're here for. Just get the info, make a decision. Do something with it.
Right. Yeah, and so okay, I lost my. Sorry, I'm having some difficulties here.
That's okay. Thanks, Chuck. I appreciate that.
What do you say?
You keep doing you. You putting out great content. I'm a fan.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
The same goes for him.
yeah. I appreciate it. We try to support each other here.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Do you see that?
Yes,
I don't
yeah,
I
I
don't
see it.
see it right now, but I can see what I'm projecting, so I can run with it for now. um, yeah. So we're decentralizing the way streaming works, and so we're doing that through the blockchain, and because it's so much better when it comes to delivering a stream because the blockchain is peer to peer, and so what the current issues right now, the way it's being transported is through the CDN server. And when you have a high volume of traffic, normally what happens is you create this congestion, and that's what creates a lot of the lag and the buffering. And so we created a technology, and we call it the Ramatron. And so the Ramatron is just simply an application that you can just download, and you can use that just through your personal PC or your laptop as an option. But we have several more coming out. You're going to be actually be able to do this with your cell phone, and also through some servers. So we've got different packages that are coming, but currently we're running it through your PC, and so you turn your PC into a node, and so that creates a bridge to channel some data to deliver to within your region, and so that's the way I would look at it too, right? Because I would consider the centralized, the servers as one bridge, and so running it through the blockchain, it creates a million more bridges, and so it actually relieves a lot of the pressure from that congestion, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, it does. The visual here is good.
Yeah. And so how does that benefit everybody, because when you run these servers, right, I mean, they cost billions of dollars, just to maintain, and yet alone the real estate of it, right, and
Right.
so through our technology, not only you can regain choice and control, but you also rechannel those profits back to the community because this technology will be community owned. So it'll be more of the digital assets, these nodes. You're turning your computer into a node, which becomes an asset because it produces passive income for you. And at the same time, you are giving the corporate world an opportunity to save money on costs while increasing the quality of service. And so, down the line, once we hit mainstream, businesses can actually just latch onto our platform because of the way we're delivering the data. And just to let you know, the streaming is just one aspect of our technology. That's just one layer.
Right.
And so when mainnet 2.0 comes out, we'll be able to evolve more. And we're actually, like AI, for example, that's going to be one layer of the technology that we can just add on. And your Ramatron will have that opportunity to be transporting those data all across the blockchain. And so it's pretty exciting, man. And you just simply need two components, really. For now, right? As we'll have more options later down the line. So you just need your PC and your Wi-Fi. You're just sharing your unutilized data that you're already consuming and making payments for every month. And so when you share, some of that unutilized bandwidth, you're actually powering up a platform, um, a decentralized platform that would just optimize the way service is being delivered when it comes to data transport.
So, question here.
Mhm.
So let's assume I've got the Ramatron, and it's a software, right?
Mhm.
That's pulling bandwidth that I'm not using. So if I'm at work 8 hours a day and my computer's on and I've got Wi-Fi, basically you guys are able to utilize my bandwidth from my pre-existing Wi-Fi,
Right.
or and bandwidth. Oh, yeah, that's what I said, bandwidth.
Mhm.
Okay, so I mean I get you. That totally makes sense.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
it's you're just tapping into an existing resources that's just and you're just utilizing some of that to power up a whole different platform.
gotcha.
So, yeah.
Hey, Crypto for Starters, what's up? Hope you're having a great evening. I know it's been a busy day for everybody. Appreciate you stopping by, checking out Pando project.
All right. So, and so, but with the way things are going with this, you have your profits and you and the security that giving it back to the people basically. So it's all about decentralizing everything, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So
And
you're, so
go ahead.
you're, when you put this out there, in an enterprise, solution kind of way, in a business, a customer who utilizes or needs this kind of bandwidth and is looking to save that money that you're talking about, do they buy a license from you? Like how would they attach their business to your business?
Um, I mean, okay, so in terms of a business tapping into our network, you mean, or
Yeah.
just to be part of the movement?
Well, I mean, at some point, are you selling this as
Oh,
a
of course,
service, right? So,
absolutely, yeah.
how do they connect themselves to you? How does
Mhm.
that look?
Well, okay, I'll give you an example right now, right? And so we've evolved far enough to where we actually can entertain other projects to build their platform in our network. And one of the up and coming businesses right now is Uniblock. And Uniblock is what they're going to be is they're going to be a kind of more of the, how should I say this? Um, what's that one website where people just freelance everything to?
Fiverr?
Kind of like a Fiverr in
Okay,
the blockchain. And so they actually did a study on us, and they found out that they save roughly anywhere from 30 to 50% of the infrastructure going the traditional route. And so they found that they found out about what we were doing, and like, hey, they wanted to partake in this. And so I just reached out to them like a couple of days ago, and I wanted to meet the people behind the scenes of this movement. And so I'm actually going to be I'm going to be doing an AMA on them
Oh,
because I
really?
wanted to learn more about the company, and maybe you and I can steer that. Uh,
Sure, I'd love to.
yeah,
Where is and so Uniblock? Where are they out of?
I believe there's some there. I want to say I don't know exactly, but probably in Malaysia or India.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, yeah.
Just trying
So
to
yeah,
look
they're
them up.
moving pretty quickly. I've been seeing them posting a lot more on Twitter, and I was like, okay, maybe I'll reach out to these guys, and maybe our community can meet them. And but I was made aware of this last month, and I've just been keeping tabs on them. And they're going to be utilizing our own token, the PTX.
Oh,
So
okay.
that helps out with our ecosystem because just for turning on the node, right? The way the node is activated is through staking, and so when you're on the network, you are actually generating PTX, our token, and so that's just one way of earning passive income is when you're up in the network. And and there are different ways of doing that too. And so when we have more businesses that are actually utilizing our network, taking advantage of our technology, and they're utilizing our token, that actually cuts that takes away from the circulation and keeps it within the ecosystem. So it's actually a good thing, right? Because the
Right.
more it's utilized, the more it's off the market, the more scares it creates, driving the value up higher. And so that's what we're trying to create. And so that's just one example right now with Uniblock. And so they want to be able to offer the talents, and a lot of these are going to be blockchain related, right? And so when they utilize making payments for their services, and they use our token, you actually get a break on you get like a discount. But of course, you can pay USDT too, as far as from what I know, other than making payments on like your credit or debit. So you have different options, and I think a lot of these other projects are going to be moving in that direction too. Is when they use their native token, you'll get like a discount, within the store. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
Gotcha. So what's the differences between the levels that you can come in at as far as I know the Ramatron. I know there's an individual level, and then I
Mm.
think let's see, entrepreneur and company. Like how does that work? Like if I want to come in and I want to do an entrepreneur package.
There isn't really okay. So right now, to invest in the project, you would be a node holder to begin with,
Okay.
and the way we're coming out with more versions of the Ramatron, because the Ramatron right now, so the way streaming works is it all depends on the type of data that you are shooting across, right? And so we have four different versions that's going to be coming out. I have this image right here. So we're going to have the Ramatron mobile, and that's going to be on your cell phone. So you can actually download the application from your mobile as a Ramatron, and you can relay data on a lighter scale. And then the one that we currently have on the laptop on your PC would be the Ramatron Lite. And then we're going to have two different servers, the Ramatron Pro and the Enterprise. And so the Enterprise is pretty much the big kahuna. And this is meant for businesses.
Okay.
And this is currently available right now. It's actually up for pre-sale. And it's a gigantic node. I mean, it pretty much does everything. It's what everything here can do. And so even like when businesses when they purchase the nodes, they can create their own blockchain with this, and have many different things on it. And so if you look at different nodes out there, like Theta, for example, they would have, and many other projects out there in like these nodes. Even um, who was that one project that's actually going to be doing filming? They've been doing a lot of advertisements on that. Was it Gala or Gala Gamings or
Oh, Gala Games.
Gala Games, right?
Yeah.
So they're starting out their own nodes program too, and they're selling their nodes for over $5,000. And eventually, we're gonna when we open up mainnet 2.0, our nodes are gonna go for roughly around that amount. But
Okay.
we're giving the opportunities right now to our pioneer investors, our current holders, an opportunity to grab onto these, and you can acquire these at 1,500, and get instant equity on these nodes. Because I mean, even though that we're individuals and this is meant for enterprise, I mean, you can still invest in them, and take advantage of being an early bird. And so that's one thing that we have in play alongside with this. So, but mainly right now, this is the core that we have, and then we just put in 40 hours per week in the network currently, and but these two are going to be running 24 hours per day, and and then so with these. They're going to be with the Ramatron Enterprise. It's going to be earning at the rate of 15% APY, and that's just for being on. So another unique thing with this too is, as I share with you, one way of earning passive income just for being on the network. So we call that the proof of network, and so but we all relate to that as like the POS, right? Proof of stake.
Right.
Another way is what we call proof of engagement. And proof of engagement, what that means is when your node is assigned to deliver stream or data. And like for example, if your neighbor is watching a stream, like watching a movie, and they're tapping into your node, and it and so just for using your node, it's going to be earning at the rate of 0.1875 PTX per minute. And depending on how long they're streaming, as long as your node is at work, you're generating additional income on top of the proof of network.
And that's just at the regular level, right? The 1,000 PTX level, the Ramatron,
Yes.
light. So
Well,
and
that's
it's
that's going to be from here to here, right? Well, actually, for all of them, it's going to be for all of them. But the amount of so, like for example, right, for the mobile version, it's not going to be doing any transcoding work because it's just too small. So it's going to be mainly like more for like live streaming, from your phone and stuff like that. Like,
just for yourself, for your personal use. So you're saying,
well, no, for like if you're live streaming like from your phone, and then and then they're using another cell phone node out there to relay the data. That's more of the light work of it. But if you're talking about like doing concerts and stuff like that, things that requires a lot more data to come across, then you're gonna need the much larger nodes. Like right here, for example, like with the 500 megabytes size files would be between these two. But with this, with the big Kahuna, it can pretty much do above and beyond that.
gotcha. Okay,
Right?
yeah, that's very cool.
It is.
ASMR fan says, "Hi John, what's up?
Hey, man.
How you doing,
We've been,
fam?
yeah, her
Thanks.
and I, we've been chatting a lot lately on on Telegram, just
Yeah.
having a lot of fun, especially with the Certic thing with the Meta Monkey.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
saw some of that. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. But
ASMR
yeah,
fan, she's
that's quite
very cool.
exciting. I'm actually going to be taking part of that too. And so, yeah, I mean, with all this technology, right? I mean, we even see a potential collaboration because they're all about building utility, and so are we, right? And we see our paths crossing sometime down the road, because they're all about the AI, and we're also going to be jumping on that bandwagon. Also, I mean, we already are. Our developers are already working on it, and so with the PoE, right? As I mentioned to you, um, how that when you're delivering stream, right, you create that extra additional passive income, but that's just one layer of technology. And so, speaking down the road, right, when we start implementing storaging, right, decentralizing storaging, decentralizing IoT and AI, that those are all different layers of technology that we could slap on. So just imagine you already have the streaming, you're already earning at that rate, and then when we slap on the additional technology on top of that, that's going to be earning at a particular rate also. So you being an owner of that node, the way I look at that is it's digital real estate, because there's so much more that can be built on that asset, and but the possibility of generating more passive income becomes limitless. And so that's why I find it so quite, it's so very exciting, the way, I'm such a technocrat, man. It's just, I get so fascinated with these things.
Yeah, I can
And
tell.
and it's the next frontier, and blockchain opened it all up for us, and we're just here to latch onto that and take it to the next phase.
Awesome. That so is basically the Pando project. Is the idea, the long-term idea, is to have a lot of different nodes out there to cover everywhere, right? I mean,
Right.
how if, since these are regional type uses.
Hmm.
So if I have one here at my house, I'm only getting a just a very small area, I'm assuming.
Hmm.
And so the idea then is to have coverage everywhere. So you need a
Right.
lot of these things out there.
We only need about 1 million of the Ramatrons,
Okay.
and yeah, but once we have the enterprise scattered around, then that helps boost things up. Because the way we have things running right now, I mean, since we're still at the early stage, right? So we're not completely on chain, so we're kind of running a hybrid model at the moment. So yeah, we are using the traditional CDN, and also we're also using the other half of that through our technology, through the Ramatron, just to kind of give it a boost. Because, like, let's say right now, if we were to send data through here, the US, and there's probably only a select a handful of people that are invested in these nodes, chances are, the quality is going to be poor, because it's inadequate for the amount of the load that's coming in. It doesn't have the capacity to deliver it through. And so we use this a portion of that going through the CDN, so therefore it's half half. So
Gotcha.
yeah,
That makes sense.
but eventually, right? With mainnet 2.0 launching, that's everything's going to be on chain, and that's what makes it cool. Um, because we'll have that transition point to where we no longer have to rely on the CDN. So there's going to be that breaking point at some point in time.
And do they have, or you guys have an idea when, how long that may take?
Well, mainnet right now, I mean, as I mentioned, it's going to be coming out by the end of this year. So once we have that migration, then we can start going full steam. Because we have major plans right now for the eastern side. I mean, so we've been focusing a lot in Asia, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean that it doesn't work here. And that's why I'm having these conversations, like, people such as yourself, and I've had a conversation with Chaka, TX, just to kind of give the US market a glimpse of what is to come. Because when we go full force, because we're going to start going, so I remember you had a conversation the other day with CL, and you guys were talking about, um, you know when it comes to having projects, debate between, do you build the utility or do you go heavy marketing? You would rather go with building utility. At least you have something to show for it.
Right, right.
And so, with our developers, they wanted to go all out, with the utility, because what we have right now is what we have a wallet, we have a working wallet,
Mhm.
because you need a wallet to activate it. We already have an application. You got the Ramatron, and so we've got our staking platform, because you have to stake in order to activate. And we've got different ways of for you to earn, to enlarge your token amount. And we also have 5 decentralized applications that are in the pipeline, and one of them is already out. We haven't even talked about that yet, and that's a whole different animal too. You want to get
Yeah,
into that?
yeah. Well, ASMR fan said he did come by again. LOL. So
Oh, did
I
he?
think that's an inside.
Oh,
Inside. And then we got Samer joined the channel here. Made a Monkey AI. Yep, to the moon. I agree, Samer. I have not seen Samer in a while.
yeah, yeah, it's been in and out.
Sup, Samer? Chaka says, "What's up, Samer?" So just getting that out of the way. So I have downloaded on my phone Pandojo.
Okay. Are you able to plug that in?
I don't have a way to
Oh,
plug that in right now.
oh, gotcha, gotcha. Okay.
But so I'm wondering on that one. Obviously, that's basically a streaming platform. That's like a YouTube or
It is.
a Twitch or
Well,
whatever you want to call it.
it's like a YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, combined, and TikTok too. And so we wanted to develop that application to kind of make it a little bit more fun, and of course having a social media app and the blockchain.
Right.
And we act I don't know if we're the first ones to do it, but we actually have a working live app. um, of course, the version that's out right now is scheduled to continually to evolve, but we wanted to release something so that we can actually get feedbacks from our community, because we highly value their feedbacks, and we take all things into considerations. And matter of fact, we had remodeled this application 3 times before we actually launched this a couple of months ago. And so, but yeah, I mean, you could, like, based on that image that you have up right there, you can you create your profile, and you can actually have all of your social media apps, your all your applications linked into there. And so you can go live, you can upload videos currently, and it's available in iOS and Google Play Store.
Right.
So you can, yeah, I mean, the interface, it feels pretty good, and like I said, this isn't the final product, and so we just highly encourage our users, our community, to or even people that are just getting immersed into this, is to for them to play around with it, and offer their feedback, because we want to continue to evolve. And so what's coming out in a very short period of time is, because we rolled out the application in different phases. And so this app, what it's supposed to do is it's supposed to enable you to go live with the click of a button, because not everybody is technologically savvy. And so they just wanted to simplify things, like with that big button that you see right there. That's basically the live button.
Yeah,
And
I've played with this a little bit.
yeah,
I've,
and
I've gave myself a profile but obviously this is another platform where you have to now start migrating or getting followers on this
and
particular one.
well, yes, and it's another opportunity, because it's you don't necessarily have to eliminate what you currently have, right? Like YouTube, for example, but you're just opening up another door, another avenue for you to garner a different set of followers, and be monetized. And so,
Gotcha.
yeah. And then it's got its own built-in OBS, so you don't really have to subscribe to a third-party application. Although, I personally suggested, although that's a great feature to have, let's go ahead and give the option for others to plug in their third party if they are already used to it. And so if you are a content creator, you're probably already used to one thing of how you're doing your streams. because you're using one platform to syndicate to many different channels, different like YouTube or Twitch or Facebook, for example.
Right.
And so if you're already used to that, then you can just add, you can just plug in Pando and you can stream on that too. And one of the features that we're going to add, and that's coming out here very soon, is you're going to be able to tip your content creator.
Okay.
And so I think everybody's going to be enjoying that, because you can receive PTX or USDT, when on being able to offer your tips or your contributions to your favorite creators. So yeah, I mean, I would encourage. I mean, if you're already creating videos and you're already going live, you might as well just upload it to the platform, because it's not like you're having to create a whole different set, right? You're using the
Right.
same content, you just upload it. So
Am I going to be able to connect this to all of my others? Say, like right now, I'm going live on Twitch and
eventually,
Twitter.
yes.
It's all be able to connect this.
Eventually, yes.
Pandojo will just be another one. It'll just be
Mhm.
going live at the same time
Yep.
to get all of my audiences at once.
Yep.
Okay.
So,
Yeah,
so
that'd be
not
cool.
at this moment, but basically we're going to get to that point. So right now, as far as the features go, you can like, you can follow, you can go live, you can upload videos, and then
Gotcha.
the next phase, you're going to be able to do the you can pay, you can support your creators. We're also going to have a marketplace in there, and badges. There's many things, a lot of things in there, and so that alone is its own ecosystem. Advertisements, and like when you're watching Facebook. I mean, Facebook. When you're watching on YouTube, when an ad comes in, right? What's the first thing that you do? You wait for that skip button to come out, and
Right.
you get rid of it. Well, how would you like the idea of whenever an ad pops out, we're going to pay you to watch the ad? And so that you can actually just, you know, hope that you have a long ass advertisement, because you know that you're going to be earning at the end of the day.
Right.
So that's, we're trying to create some unique ways of how we can have the business sector come into our platform, and at the same time have our viewers welcome it, and be profitable together.
And that's nice about, because of this, in this space, in the YouTube or streaming or content creator, there's still, even though there's a lot of platforms out there, and now Pandojo is another one, there's always something that can be improved,
Mhm.
worked on, given the content creator maybe some more control, or,
Right.
tips, and financial aspect of it.
Hmm.
So then that's what's nice, and obviously you guys are looking at that and taking a look at how can we make this a little bit better and different at the same time.
Well, that's the way we're gonna make this app more robust, is hearing from you, the community, and because that's the only way how this is going to work out. Because it's not like the person on top just has all the voice. So we have to hear what other people have to say, because their idea might be the $1 million idea that we're looking
Right.
for,
But you
right?
get to go and they get to look at, the YouTube and the Twitch and the Facebook, they get to look at all of those things and say, okay, what's wrong with these?
Hmm.
How can we
Yeah,
put them together and make it better?
right.
So there's a lot of material out there to
There's,
search through.
there's a lot,
Yep.
and yeah, and so this, it'll have shorts on board with this soon too. So
Now, is there a
again, we're
limit as far as like video size or um, storage capacity? Is there a gigabyte, limit to this where, the upgrades maybe come in the future
um,
where you have to pay a little bit to get more?
yeah, as of now, there really isn't. I mean, we got a bunch of people in there uploading movies.
Really?
Yeah, and yeah, because yeah, it's just I see all kinds of crazy stuff, being uploaded right now. But what I would like to see, though, is seeing more of us uploading our content in there. So that would drive because of course, on the other side of the world, totally different culture, right? And then
Right.
you'd look at videos and like, what the heck is that? And then it'd be vice versa. But to have us in there to throw the way we put up our content, uh, it would be an added flavor. So it kind of brings in that blend as far as what the application can offer to
Right.
the community. So,
Well, and I think I'm going to start uploading videos to it just to get some content out there, and
please, yeah.
just start. Just I mean, it doesn't take really that much effort, to take a video I've already done
Yeah.
and upload it to it. So yeah, I'll start doing that. I mean, I love the idea.
Hmm.
I know it's going to take a while to catch on. We live over here on this side of the world, and and obviously this is being built on the other side, and it's going to take a little bit of time
Well,
to get
between
this.
you and I, and I've been making the push, and I'm actually gonna be making a little bit more effort to get this out uh, sooner than what they have on their schedule, because I see things differently, and I think that now's the time, man, because we're in a bear market, and perfect time to build is in the bear market, and I think we're at a strong enough position to where we can begin expanding here. So, a unique feature that we have in our blockchain explorer. If you go, oh, you're on the website. So
Yep.
if you click on explore, click on that. So that shows, it's just like the ether scan, right? So
Right.
we've got this is the Pando chain, but then our CTO, he was so clever. It's like he wanted to create the kind of like a Ramatron Explorer. So if you scroll down where you see that map,
Right.
right? If you zoom in on that, that pretty much tells you where all the nodes are in the world. So and then the closer you zoom, the more it expands out, right? So,
So in this little area here, it says there's 13 nodes.
hmm so they come in pockets, but like I said, right now, like the where you'll see majority of the population is going to be like Thailand is heavily coded, Singapore, um, India, Indonesia,
Oh yeah.
yeah, Philippines.
Wow.
And so, but if you go to the U.S., I started, dripping on it, um, and that's just something that I just kind of volunteered to do. Like, man, some of my peeps they got to hear about this, and
Right.
and right, and so yeah, so we've got some presence there, and so
Huh.
just doing a little bit more marketing, which I plan to. I think we can easily get the numbers because this is a no-brainer. It makes sense, and it's not one of those things that you actually pump and dump. And this truly has a use case, and it's going to continue to evolve. And so even though that we're having the start that we're having right now, I mean, we're not even looking at that aspect, because we're looking at 5-10 years down the road. So the stuff in the present now doesn't really matter. And like traditionally, right, when a project comes out, it's all about, let's get into as many exchanges as we can, right, so that way it can pump some more.
Right.
At least for us, when you're a node holder, you're just minting the tokens, and then you're just using the exchange to cash out your weekly earnings or whatever, and utilize that as you see fit. And so yeah, I mean, it's totally different perspective with our project, but
Well,
we
to
know.
me, just the way I think and the way I approach the crypto world is this is exactly the kind of project that I like, and for
Mhm.
the reasons you mentioned, this is real world, bringing crypto to the real world.
Right.
Not just existing in this bubble of a crypto space that you got, and you're only trying to attract crypto or interest from other crypto holders, right? You're trying to attract interest from everybody,
Yep.
and that is real where the real use case lies. in the long
Absolutely.
term of crypto. I mean, that is it.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I mean, so besides like MetaMonkey, with the utilities they have to offer, I mean, what other projects that are out there that has the same mind frame, the same approach as what we have?
It is few and far between, and I was having this argument with somebody the other day who was arguing that how Shiba, and I'm not picking on Shiba, that it's great and people can make money in that. It's just I don't get behind it because it only really exists in the crypto world. If you're outside of that world, it doesn't apply to you,
Right.
right? Who hears of Shiba unless it's on the news or on a financial channel somebody's mentioned it as a joke.
Hmm.
But it just does. It's even as large as it is, it has no real world use.
Yep.
It's a toy for us in the crypto world to try to make money at. That's really all it's doing. And almost all projects are the same. And obviously they differ in their use case and utility, but
Hmm.
but they all really exist in just the crypto world. And the crypto
Right.
world is tiny. It's just a tiny space right now. What is it? 4% of the population or adoption right now. You know,
But it's growing.
it,
Right.
it, it is
Growing.
growing, and it will get there one day, and we got a few years left. But one of my questions I always ask people, like, well, honestly, if you think about it, in your life now, not maybe you because you live in this world and you're marketing this thing,
Mhm.
but for most people, if they think, how many people do I know that I interact with, work with, live with, neighbors, what have you, actually own crypto? And I know quite a few people.
Right.
I know two people who own crypto. Two out of hundreds, right? And maybe a couple more that know anything other than Bitcoin.
Hmm.
But they haven't. But most people, 99% of the people I know, and I think this applies to a lot of people, they they don't know, don't care to know, not trying to learn. It just doesn't affect their lives. So for this kind of a project and like MetaMonkey AI, to actually start reaching out to real world businesses and people outside of crypto and to help that adoption move along that much faster. That's why I appreciate this.
Yeah. And the way I look at it, we're a power source for Web3. If you really put it in that
Yeah,
perspective,
yeah.
I mean, we are a great utility to power up Web3. So,
As they would say, you are part of the plumbing,
right,
of this
exactly.
Web 3, going
Yep,
forward, and that's and,
yep,
and that is the ultimate use case.
yep,
Which is
yep.
why I like XRP so much because XRP is in my opinion, and XLM and a few others
Oh
are going
yeah,
to
I
be
love
the
XLM. Well, aren't they kind of like they're similar, aren't they?
they're similar. One's geared more towards financial institutions, and one's more peer to peer. Like XLM is really more
XLM's peer to peer, right?
kind of peer to peer, and XRP is kind of designed as that.
Institution.
Maybe what do you call it? CBDC, central bank digital currency. It may be backing, those kind of things. But that's what I mean is they're part of the financial plumbing. I
Mhm.
think going to be going forward in the next several
Right.
years.
Yeah, I hope they get this thing over with already because they've been battling through it for the
God,
last
this
for a
lawsuit is
long
killing
time.
me. I've held on to XRP for so long, and it doesn't do anything.
Well, it's just
But it will.
they're just playing dirty games. They're trying to drain them out. But I think they're stronger than that.
There's so many, in the beginning, the people say, "Oh, our Ripple will just fold and they'll pay a fine and admit, whatever." And I'm like, I don't think so. They've got billions of dollars behind them. They're gonna fight.
Hmm.
Like they're not letting this go. And even months ago, Brad Garlinghouse said, "I don't care if they offer a settlement. We're not taking it. We're gonna win.
Right.
Period." So
Yeah, and they're losing.
yeah,
Right.
the SEC they took the fight to the wrong dog. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, they made themselves look stupid.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but but yeah, man, we have something great going here, and I just want to encourage everybody to look into it deeper, and so you know we've got we've got a lot to offer. There's a lot more to come. Yeah, we didn't even talk about the other applications that we have coming, but that's another conversation to be had. But
Yeah, I see, and we can do this again. I mean, I
yeah,
love talking to you. You're a super nice guy and very knowledgeable, and you obviously are with a project that I can respect and really get into. And I see obviously you have some more things here, and we can go over those at another time. But I wanted to go over PTX token, just the tokenomics, real quick,
Sure.
because I honestly, I haven't even really looked into it.
Hmm.
Let's see. I don't know if this is going to tell me. Oh, this takes you to LBank. Okay.
Oh, it's on the. If you go back to the web page, if you go to
Is it wallet?
docs.
Docs. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Then white paper.
So I like to know things like, have all the tokens been minted already, or is this an ongoing process?
Hmm.
And this is taking a minute.
So it's pretty short and direct. So I'll tell you right now, there's no taxes. Um, there's no buy or sell tax. There is just 1% transaction fee, because like their blockchain. So,
Gotcha.
yeah,
Yeah, and 1%, that's nothing. I mean,
it is nothing, right? We're so used to
yeah.
adding 15-20% on the slippage.
Yeah, I kind of got into a little bit of a tiff on Twitter today, just because somebody was complaining about the selfies, on this MMAI token that they're doing the pre-sale on right now.
Hmm.
And that's is what we're used to, 10% in, 10% out kind of a thing, or 5 and 5 or whatever it is. But
Right.
this particular project decided to add some extra,
Hmm.
for 4 weeks after they launch, to try to keep the pump and dumpers out. And if they wanted to dump, then they were paying that money would go back into
Hmm.
the liquidity, which is fine. And they had a problem with that. Said that's not
Hmm.
fair. And I'm like, well then you don't have to invest. Like, that's not every project is for every person. And if you don't like that,
Right.
the devs obviously have a right, to build that in, to try to protect the project.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, and that's why our developers they didn't want to do any of that, and so they just front loaded everything. Most projects, right? They don't have much resources, so that's why they have to go out in the market and make a promise that they're going to fulfill what they put on the white paper,
right.
but they don't have utility in the beginning, and so they really wanted to put their money where their mouth is, and just like, hey, let's just get this thing out the way, because we're highly confident that once we have our infrastructure, we'll be able to generate our revenue through the business side, not so much on having these high taxes and stuff. And so,
That is a complaint of mine, of most. Either the project comes out and they literally have nothing but a white paper,
right,
and they just need that money to get going, and now you have no idea once they get going how long it's going to take.
right,
And people who say they're diamond handers, usually end up getting out because they don't understand.
yep,
In the real world, it takes a long time to develop the things that these people want to develop, and sometimes it even doesn't even work out,
no.
and they get upset because the price doesn't move. I'm like, well, that's what you signed up for. You knew they didn't have any utility. They had nothing when you started. What do you think was going to happen?
Yeah,
So that's just that's crypto, though.
it is.
Over the last year, everybody expects put in $100, pull out 10,000 in a couple of days. You know,
Those days are over, man.
because there have been those projects that have delivered that, but that
Right.
doesn't exist any longer. Those days are
No.
gone.
Unless you're like a professional trader, then you can just do that through multiple transactions. But
But even then, you're still trying to pull out 5%, 10%.
right,
You're not really trying to go with these crazy numbers.
yeah,
So I'm totally fine. Whatever the devs want to do is good with me. I don't have if I don't like it, I don't have to invest. It's simple.
very true.
So okay, here's the token. I was just going through. This is a very robust
It
white
is, man.
paper.
It's yeah, and it's fully transparent, and we're all docs, by the way, and so
Yeah, I saw that.
you're not going to find an avatar to our name, and so yeah, I mean, we've got nothing to hide, really.
Token. Here we go. So 1.5 billion tokens. Okay, that's a pretty low supply.
Full supply, yeah.
Yeah. Mining, referral, token price. Okay. And obviously this was back in, would you say November? of last
Yep.
year.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
so
we'll have our new white paper coming out in next month, September, October.
well, gosh, this white paper, man, that's got to be somebody's full-time job. This thing is this thing is very detailed. I mean,
Yeah.
I like it. This is going to be some good reading. I'm gonna have to go through this later.
Mhm. Yeah, and then we'll have a NFT marketplace also, and yeah,
Okay.
we got big plans, man.
Yeah,
And yeah,
it looks like it.
but yeah, but just to simplify it, so zero tax on the buy and the sell, 1% transaction fee, and that's
That's
oh
easy. I
yeah,
mean, it just
and then for token burning is on the first year for this year, we're we'll 50% of profit generated will be used for buyback, for burn, and then the next year following would be a sliding scale,
okay.
which is like 25 and then 10 10.
So 13 cents. Yeah, this looks like every chart I see today for the last year. There's
Oh yeah.
nothing different about this. But you know what I like? I always like to look to see where their high was. I mean, obviously you came out. Let's see. Yeah, that was it. The beginning.
Our highest was I think we peaked at 50 on launch, and then
Well, still, even 14 cents. You know,
right.
that's a you know that's a 7-8x from where we're at, which is always good to see because a
Yeah.
lot of these tokens, especially something like this, that's going to be around a long time. It's going to get past this.
Mhm.
It's going to hit this all time and go beyond.
Yeah,
So
we're not. Yeah, I mean, like I said, right? I mean, we're not really concerned about token pricing because what we have to deliver to the real world is going to change that later on.
right, right. Yeah,
So,
and I say the same thing. It doesn't really matter what it is today. You know, I'm not retiring tomorrow,
right.
so you're just about stacking tokens. Whatever it is you're trying to get, just
Mhm.
keep getting more of them.
Yeah.
One day you're going to be okay. Awesome. Well, anything else you wanna go over?
No, not really. And if anybody's interested in our enterprise node, that take advantage of the pre-sale because once we launch mainnet 2.0, price is going to go up to 5,000 per node. So take advantage of it right now while it's still at 1,500. So it's 1,500 to set up and 35,000 PTX.
Okay.
Um, and so whatever. And by the way, you can get the PTX at L Bank. So we're not. That's the only exchange where you can get it from. And L Banks. We
Are,
can.
are they working on that behind the scenes, trying to get a couple more?
Yeah, we have another one that we're going to launch onto.
Yeah.
I believe it's going to be Probit. But currently, right now, L Bank. Oh, and L Bank works in the U.S., so it's fine.
Yeah.
Anybody can get in there.
Yeah. I bought many tokens off of there.
Yeah. So they're not terrible. I mean, they're not the best, but not terrible.
Yeah. I mean, they're a beginning. They're for beginner
Right.
projects. You know, they're and I call them a meme coin. Exchange. There's several of them, but it's not that
Hmm.
they're bad. It's just that's where you have to go if you're a new project.
Yeah. Unless you got a lot of money, you just kind of do the approach like what ApeCoin did.
Yeah,
let's
they
just shut
paid
it
a
all
lot, and
out.
look where they're sitting now.
I think they're like a what, like 5 cents right now.
That's yeah, it's bad. It's
Yeah.
bad. They haven't done a lot. I thankfully did not get into that one. I mean, there was some opportunity to make money in the beginning,
Right.
but I
I mean,
just
there's opportunities right now.
yeah,
It's just a different way of how you hunt for them.
yeah.
Unlike a few months ago, and everybody was getting into the pre-sale, and
That's
every
it's funny today at the pre-sale came out for this MMAI and I'm thinking, wow, it's weird, man. It's been months and
yeah,
months
I
since
know
I
it has been
even looked at
months.
a pre-sale.
Yeah, I mean,
So
honestly, I like the project, and I will be getting into it too. So
yeah, and if you guys can get some sort of cross-platform partnership there at some point in the future, where you guys can work together, that would be super cool.
yeah, I think so too. And Austin and Fan. They're also in my backyard, so I can just
Yeah,
jump
they
in.
live up there as well, and
Yeah,
I know that. Nice.
So,
All right. Well, that was the
um,
Pando project, everyone. And I did notice there was no numbers in Boise, so I may have to
hey, you'll be the first one.
I may have to get one. Yeah, I mean it's not. What is it? Is it like 1,000 tokens or?
Okay, so right now, I forgot to mention this, so I'm glad you brought this up. So right now, right? So let's say, for example, you you you, you get into the enterprise and 35,000 PTX, whatever that is, like $500 or something, 300. Um, you can take the 35,000 PTX and you can stake them now to the Ramatron node, and because the way the nodes are working right now is it's producing 2.5 percent per week, and so you can actually compound that weekly, and all you have to do really is just be up on the network for 40 hours per week. So most of us leave our computers on all day anyways, or
Right.
some they just turn it on as they get home. So but 40 hours is pretty easy to come across. But 2.5% between now and the end of the year, you do that every single week, you're actually compounding that. So rather than just waiting for the launch and having to spend the money there, and also buying the PTX now, since it's a pretty decent discount
Oh yeah.
where it currently sits, so you can actually maximize the duration of time between now and the launch to actually do some compound staking.
So where do I go on here to look at those different options? We
Um,
showed the Ramatron and the Enterprise and all that.
it's not, because I just spilled the beans to you on
Oh, okay. I
what's not
I
in the
thought I saw this before on this side. Maybe you guys took it off or something, but I thought I saw it listed out before.
maybe if you scroll down, they might have updated it, maybe, or I could be wrong. But currently, right now, the minimum is 250 PTX. You can download the app right there, and then you create your Panda wallet, and then you get your PTX,
Right.
and then you put it on your wallet to activate your Ramatron.
And that's it.
Yeah, and that's it, really. So yeah, so right now the minimum stake is 250, which is really nothing. But there's no limit in how much you can stake in there, because like I said, it's producing two and a half. It's giving you 2.5% rewards every single week, kind of like how you're promoting the stable fund.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
basically the same concept and no different than what was the other one too? Drip. I don't know if you heard of Drip
Oh
Network.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Drip's big. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got that one also.
Hmm.
Very sustainable. But yeah, I mean, but that's our version of it, right? Because it comes with utility, and so yeah, so you can do that, and then just wait till, and then what's going to happen when mainnet 2.0 launches? All of the wallets on 1.0 is going to unlock, and then you get to pick which one of the four nodes you want to participate in. Right.
Gotcha.
So like from the mobile, the light, and the pro on 2.0, that's going to be 10% APY, and then the enterprise is going to be 15% APY.
Huh.
So
Well, I'll tell you what. 35,000 does is not really that much. That might
so
be.
what did it come out to?
I think it was close to 600 bucks. 550,
600, yeah,
600.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, 600 plus 1,500. I mean, you'll have a
Yeah.
$5,000 asset, at that time, and
And
then
earning 2.5%.
15% APY.
15% APY. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But right now, you can take advantage of 1.0 structure, which is 2.5% per
Right.
week. Right.
Until
Go down
until it comes. Okay. Gotcha.
until the migration.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's at the end of the year.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. There's really some good stuff here. I love the project. Love the idea. I know it's going to take some time. This is a
Hmm.
long term one, which they're going to be, if they're going to be this type of real world utility. It's going to take a while for people to get into it. Adoption.
Yeah. Yeah, and then if you're up for the Uniblock AMA, maybe you and I can tackle that together. And, we can have
Yeah,
some
I'll do
fun.
some. Shoot me a link on that, and I will do some research and see what I can find out. Yeah, yeah, I would love to. That'd be awesome.
Sounds great. Yeah, and you guys can follow us on Telegram, Twitter. I think all the links are on the description.
Yep,
If
yep,
you
they
want to
are.
book, are they?
Yep, yeah, they're on the
Oh,
description.
perfect. Yeah. And if you want to reserve your node, your RTE node, the link on the order form is there also, so you can make your reservation. You can just put on the referral page, just put CryptoSmith AMA, so that we can easily spot out where you came from. So
Nice, very cool. Yeah, get out there and get yourself a Ramatron. Right? That's what I think. That's what I'm going to do. I might as well. My
awesome.
computer's not doing anything else all day long.
You might as well put it to work.
Put it to work. Yeah, yep. Get your PTX tokens.
Yeah.
All right, John. I appreciate you coming on.
No,
And
thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
yeah, didn't have a ton of people come on, but I think people will watch this and get some information on
Mhm.
Pando project and going forward. Obviously, I think I'm going to include this with one of my regular videos that I'll be doing and live streams. So I'll be mentioning it, often.
Yeah, if you
And
upload your videos too, I'll tell the community like, hey, make sure you subscribe to this guy and get you some Asian following.
that's fine. Following of any flavor is fine with me,
All right?
as long as they're not bashing me in the comments. Even then, I don't care. You know what I mean? If you have something bad to say it. I don't mind.
Yep,
I'll respond.
absolutely.
All
So,
right, John. We're going to end the broadcast here. Thanks everybody for showing up. I do appreciate it. You guys hopefully like and subscribe and go check out Pando Project. All right. Good night, everyone.